Hello there, folks. Welcome to ZSR. We've got a hype Wind Waker randomizer race for you folks today. Oh, please give a moment for my computer to catch up. And looks like somebody forgot to reset the who is in the lead, because this is game one of this series.
Uh-oh.
Somebody had left that running from whatever the last match was. Okay, and we will be off in just a few moments. Today we have got Smash, C Yes, and Reaper providing commentary to y'all, and I'm gonna shut up and leave it in their capable hands.
Hi, people.
Hi everyone.
Hello there.
I oh shit.
How should we begin with that? Okay, I'm gonna do all the stuff. Welcome everyone, welcome to this third round of the Wind Waker Randomizer Tournament. I'm here with Smash and KB and Reaper, as Lost the Pirate mentioned. We're happy to actually watch that race with all of you guys. It will be a huge race. So the randomizer in Wind Waker works actually in many ways. Can we actually talk about that, Smash and KBM? Explain to all the people how this randomizer works and why it's different from the other randomizers.
Oh yeah, go first if you want to.
So, like all randomizers, we randomize the locations of items. However, with the tournament mode for this randomizer, what we do is we have 4 of the dungeons enabled. They can contain progress items. They have Triforce shards. You start with the other Triforce shards. The other dungeons are not going to contain any progress items. So we know right away that we can just ignore those. With the settings we have, we use puzzle secret caves. We use short side quests, free gifts. Obviously, someone just posted settings in the chat. You can see Gymnast right now is doing a glitch called Diamond Step Early. Neefe is about to do the most common and most requested to ban strat or glitch here. He's going to get chest storage, which is going to let him basically walk up a wall.
But how does storage works actually?
Yeah, so the Wind Waker, kind of important item in this game. If you pull it out when you're right on a ledge, so that you fall off the ledge during the animation, and then cancel it exactly 3 frames before you hit the ground, you'll still be in the animation for doing the Wind Waker, but you'll be able to move around. This lets us do lots of things. The most important one is probably chest storage. In this game, developers change Link's hitbox when he opens a chest so he can get really close to it. And with storage, we get to move around during the chest opening cutscene. So you can walk up walls that are slightly sloped, you can walk through walls. The unfortunate thing is we don't get to know what's in the chest.
Exactly. We actually skip a cutscene with storage, so as Smash mentioned, we can actually skip the chest cutscene. And what is weird about this game is the developers decided to change Link's hitbox, or actually Sen's hitbox here, while opening a chest, so that there is nothing actually in the way of Link while opening the chest in the cutscene. So that makes you climb over walls, but you can actually skip cutscenes like real cutscenes. You can skip door cutscenes and do some door storage. We'll be maybe explaining this later in the race. But yeah, storage is kind of something.
I've kind of been seeing how people are like, ban storage. I don't honestly understand why you would want to ban storage. This is one of the major glitches that actually makes the run faster in like many ways.
iBot wants to ban specifically chest storage because he does a lot of our tracking, and it makes it difficult because we don't get to see what's in the chest. One of the other side effects of chest storage, which we saw Neefe just struggling with there, is you cannot climb up ledges. You can grab a ledge from below, but you can't grab one from... I mean, you can grab a ledge from above, but not from below. So that's why we saw him trying to do a jump slash to get up the ledge so he could get into Bird's Peak Rock.
Okay. That makes
Alright.
sense because I've always had like trouble with getting chest storage in like the second part of like, Diamond Step or wait, no, not Diamond Step, wrong thing. What are the island gyms on? I'm tired.
Cliff Plateau.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're gonna talk a bit about routing because basically, as you can see, both runners didn't begin with the same island. Gymnast did Diamond Step early, and Neefe decided to actually do Cliff Plateau first, which Gymnast is actually doing right now. And I don't think Neefe got anything. Maybe Deansboro actually. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, it looks like he got Finn's Pearl.
So Neefe now warping to Windfall. Windfall is the place in the game where you actually get not all the side quests, but mostly, I would say. And
Windfall has 16 checks on it, 7 of which are available without any items.
And sometimes is a very specific way you want to do Windfall. Like at first you'll see either them go straight for the kids and they'll go for certain kids first, like the girl hiding behind the bush, and then straight for the kid on top of the tree, and they'll go to like to Tingle to what's the name again?
what?
Tot?
What?
Yeah, Todd.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, let's just call him that guy. That worked. And then they'll go for like the kid behind the tombstone, and then after that they'll go to the kid behind. That's usually how I see, like Jarhead do it, but I think that works pretty well.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
some players do different orders on the kids. I'm not sure what the potential time save is for different orders.
I would say the best one is the girl right after Mickey, then Ivan on the tree, and then the one behind Todd, and the last one behind the bomb shop.
Yeah.
I guess is the fastest one.
So we're gonna see Neefe's gonna start Killer Bees, then he's probably gonna, while he's doing that, grab Tingle, and then near the end grab Todd.
So, Gymnast is going to Northern Ferry, which has actually power bracelets, right? Because I see Neefe getting power bracelets while Gymnast doesn't get it. And Neefe is going to start Windfall now. And we're going to see one of my favorite girl in the game, which is McGee, because McGee always gives me things. And that's a bow. That's a bow. Maggie is the girl, guys. Always.
No, it's a Melody. Get it right. We all know who the best girl is.
I mean, my best girl is Tetra.
You're not wrong.
Alright, as you can see, those kids are actually jumping from too far high, I guess.
I mean, it looks like one of like when the kid, I keep forgetting his name, but when he jumps off the tree, it looks like he broke his legs. How his animation works when he falls.
True. Poor Ivan, breaking his legs for a mini game. Somehow.
The most annoying mini game, especially when he basically breaks your legs trying to catch him, and then you randomly talk to one of the other people in Windfall. and he
No.
just runs away. It gets very.
Kids are indestructible until they realize they're not, and then they're very fragile. But as long as they don't realize it, they're great.
True. Alright, Neurospiral.
Yeah, another useless pearl, because Tower of the Gods is not
And a
in
Skull
Logic.
Hammer.
That
Ooh,
is useful.
That
That'd
is
be good.
useful. Knowing that we have Forsaken Fortress, it's cool to have in the beginning.
It would be good because if they get Master Sword here soon, they'll be able to go straight for Forsaken, and they'll be able to get like the first dungeon out.
I know a lot of people are actually going to Forsaken Fortress without having Master Sword.
Yeah,
Oh.
Phantom Ganon is just a very slow check.
Yeah, and most
with
of the
sword
time
strats.
can have
Ooh,
like
bottle.
bottle. Save grandma, guys.
Now I really like going to Forsaken Fortress via Mother and Child. I think that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
As Games Done Quick likes to say, kill the animals, save the frames, but more like kill the animals, save grandma.
Yeah,
Because grandma's awesome.
The reason why I like having bottle, yes, 10 of them, they are both on the same seed. The reason I like having bottle before Forsaken Fortress is the fastest way to get to Forsaken Fortress is to super swim from Mother and Child Isle, which has fairies, and then once you do that, you grab a fairy there, and then you can warp to Outset and save Grandma, giving us soup, which is super useful, as well as
Super
something in the mail.
Super.
Yeah, the kid's giving us some money right now. And Gymnast getting his Neurospiral and the Skull Hammer. I can see Gymnast going to Forsaken Fortress after this, to be honest.
So I've got a question for you guys. So you guys said that people will go to Forsaken without the Master Sword. How does that
the
really
Picto
work?
Box.
Ooh, Picto Box. So going to Forsaken Fortress without Master Sword is totally fine. The only thing you need Master Sword for there is to damage Phantom Ganon. You just avoid his cutscene trigger. You don't have to fight him. It is worth noting that that trigger is very large. It extends infinitely upwards. It's very easy to accidentally get in it if you don't know where to go. I don't know where to go, so I always get stuck in it.
That's right, because I remember you can hit the pegs there before where the stairs are, and depending on where you go first, you can like go do like the jail cell chests and all that, and then you can like go do Helm Rock if you really want to.
Yeah, and most of the time, those gamers are really good at the game, so they'll use a glitch called Super Swim. We'll actually get back to this later on, because now Neefe is actually doing Mila, which is a pretty long side quest, and what he'll do now is a door storage. We explained how chest storage works earlier, and like changing your hitbox to actually climb walls or go through walls. Yeah, because walls aren't actually a thing in this game. Actually,
They're a thing, it's just that thing is a suggestion.
Yeah, that's the word. Alright, so Neefe is getting his storage now, and what you'll see is it will get to Lenzo's house, but the top door, which has actually 2 items. It's a pretty good check early, even more if you get to actually do Mila. And since storage is actually a pretty easy glitch, as you can see, he just opened the door and just go back. He'll just finish Mila's quest and will actually take the other door of Lenzo's house and will get warped to the top door. So actually,
the reason this works is basically we're storing the door opening cutscene, and we're gonna then when we try and trigger another door, it's going to go back to that first one. This is one of, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 places that it's potentially useful in the tournament settings. At least that I can think of off the top of my head.
Oh,
Ooh, and a deluxe
the
picto
deluxe.
box.
Deluxe picto box.
That's really good. We're getting a lot of the windfall checks out of the way right away.
And Minenko at the beginning is like a really good thing to do. Because it saves time, you actually have to take only one picture. Because somehow
you can show her the same
somehow
picture
taking
that
the
you
picture
show the
with
Gossip Girls.
Taking the picture with Lenzo isn't a bad thing for her. Even if you like violate her private life. It's it's a thing.
Can you talk to her in there to give her the picture of herself?
No, you cannot.
Gymnast just fell down. Looks like he's gonna give up on doing door storage.
Yeah, probably.
Doesn't think he has enough time.
He's getting his picto box on the way, though. Just to prepare it. So, Pompey and Vera, what you got for us? A rupee bag. So that adds a letter.
Gonna give us. Yep, that gives us a
Mail.
letter. It is
Yeah, a mail.
not actually useless.
And what about Minenko? Maggie's
Maggie's
letter. So
letter.
that's a letter. That's not a mail. That's a letter. You'll get mails for like the rupee bag of things. So what is Neefe going to do now? Probably like going to Pawprint since it's a lot of checks, knowing that he actually has the power bracelets.
Yeah.
And you get a salvage core too.
Yeah. I probably would have checked mail first just in case that was the grappling hook, so I could full clear Pawprint. Or does Pawprint have a mailbox actually?
Yeah. It has one.
Right. So hopefully he'll do that before going in.
And Faraway Spell, you get another mail. So maybe he'll check it now.
He got the only useful pearl.
I
We have hit Tower of the Gods %.
Yeah, but Tower of the Gods isn't even in the seed, so
Yeah,
he's gonna
I
check
know.
mails now. Song of Passing maybe for the Faraway Sparrow. Okay, that's another
Second bottle.
Getting closer to the bottle percent. Yeah, Neefe is kinda in the lead right now, but don't forget Gymnast did something that Neefe didn't do at the beginning, which is Diamond Step, so it's a pretty long check. So we can't actually say who is in the lead. And the Moblin's ladder.
Diamond Step didn't have anything, right?
Yeah, it didn't have anything, but it's still a... Oh my god, a big leaf.
Leaf is the most broken item outside of the Wind Waker itself in this game.
That's the best item. That's the best item in the game for me. Like if you get it, you just save so much time in the seed. Alright. But yeah, Diamond Step didn't have anything, and it's still a pretty long thing to do. So if actually Neefe get the hookshot and goes for it, it will take a lot of time to do it, so Gymnast will just catch up, I guess. Is it a grappling hook? Oh my god, Fire and Ice Arrows. So basically what I'll do now is actually going to Eastern, then Fire Mountain, then Thorn Ferry, because it's like on the way. But what would Neefe do actually? It opens a lot of overworld checks right now. it's cool to see a lot of overworld checks in the beginning, knowing that you don't have Dragon Roost Cavern from the beginning, because it opens up a lot of routing possibilities.
So let's see what Eastern Fairy has for us.
You could, but if it's the only two things you have to do in Windfall, you just gotta wait for the grapple or something else to do in Windfall, I guess, because you have so much things in Windfall, you'll actually warp back to it.
Yeah, going to Eastern Fairy makes sense since it's not super easy to warp there. And Iron Boots, which are needed this seed.
Actually, did Gymnast went to Eastern before getting into Popcorn?
Yes.
That's interesting.
And Neefe, remembering that you can actually grab fairies at fairy fountains, which is something I see people forget all the time for some reason.
I mean, I always pick up a fairy at Outside Fairy. Because it's on the way, you know?
Well, it depends on if you have everything to do Outside Fairy.
You need Command Melody, you need a Hookshot too, and you need Wind God's Area just to be safe.
I mean, we could see early Wind Temple. It really doesn't make much sense. You can get, what, 2 chests? Or is it just one chest?
Just wait for the Master Sword, and then they'll go for a second fortress. For sure, since they have the leaf, actually. Or maybe if you see bombs, I'm kinda sure Gymnast is going to do Forbidden Woods without the boomerang or even the grapple, and maybe Neefe too.
I mean, you really want to have bombs or the boomerang before you enter Forbidden Woods, just because...
If you have bombs and you don't have the boomerang, just kill Calidemos with bombs.
Right, you can full clear it with bombs and no boomerang. Boomerang is the least required item in this game. It is pretty easy to skip.
Alright, Neefe going for what I've said before, but will he go to Thorn Fairy? I mean, he has the Skull Hammer, so maybe should be a play. And the Note to Mom.
Note to Mom.
We have all letters.
Yes. Gymnast getting his second bow. So the bow... Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. It's actually pretty early for Very Nice Arrows, knowing that it's full in logic. It's pretty early. Okay, Neefe is going for Thorn Fairy, as I said. And maybe Bomb Island is on the way too. I think it's actually faster to just sail from Thorn Fairy than warping and then sail to Bomb Island. So, yeah, I saw that. It was so close. There is a big Octo here. You need to... don't forget it. I forgot it once. I don't remember if that was with my race with Gymnast or my first race. I don't remember. I mean, with Gymnast, you can expect anything.
Yeah, I remember the last race Gymnast did in this tournament was, what, like an hour and 10?
119.
Yeah, 119, right.
So...
which was just barely fast enough to still count as a win while not saving Grandma. Because saving Grandma is a requirement unless you get sub 120.
Actually, I know gymnasts don't like to save Grandma. Like in the last tournament, in the second tournament, he always wait for the last moment before saving Grandma. So we'll see what he does in this race.
Something to note here, we're gonna see Gymnast leaf over the hole, which is the loading zone for Fire Mountain. You don't actually need to go into the hole.
Yeah,
I don't know if it saves.
You can trigger the cutscene by.
I
just
don't know if that
activating
saves any time, but
That
everybody
saves-
does it
that
because
saves
it's more fun.
That saves time. Because if you don't activate the leaf at that moment, you'll get the cutscene when the camera is actually going to the hole. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you just get the fade out if you activate the leaf. So it saves time.
Yep. That makes sense.
Engine
All right, and Neefe has hit soup percent.
25 minutes. GG. That was a pretty cool race for Super Sen. That's 1-0. But who will win the bottle percent race? You know, that's
Very
a best
important
of
question.
that's a best of 3 in the whole race itself. Super Sen, bottle percent, and seed percent.
And let's see what the letter from Grandma has for us.
A great fairy
Great
chart.
fairy chart.
Hope you like it. There's no master sword and no items to clear for the woods at overall. I would say going to for a second fortress is actually a good idea right now.
I agree.
Even if you don't have
taking-
bombs. Yeah, for a second it's logic if you have bombs, but even if you don't have bombs, they know how to suppress wind, so...
Yeah, so if you skip Phantom Ganon, you can do however many... you can do the rest of the checks, and if you don't find both the compass and the map, then you know that you don't have to come back for Phantom Ganon. And if you do have to come back for Phantom Ganon, then open the warp pot and come back when you're doing Forbidden Woods, maybe. Or not Forbidden, when you're doing Earth or Wind Temple.
Yeah. And since there is Wind and Earth Temple, it's actually a good gamble to make.
Yeah.
It's still 4 checks with the Triforce of Helmarod King, so... I mean, no, there is no abnormal. This is not abnormal to get, like, Fire and Ice arrows that early. Getting light arrows that early is actually abnormal, and I already got that. So... let's see what Outset Fairy got for us today.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, this is
Light
abnormal.
arrows already.
This is abnormal.
Which fairy island was that? I wasn't paying
Outset.
attention when he went.
Outset. That was Outset. Abnormal confirmed.
Yeah, hopefully Gymnast decides to check there relatively soon. Sometimes people save that one for later since it's relatively slow.
Wind Gazaria.
No, Wind Gods Aria. That's not bad.
Getting closer to that Wind Temple. And I think Neefe is going to get his Wind God's area right now because it's the same island than Gymnast. And Gymnast is going to go for Ice Ring, of course, which is in the east. Or wait, does he forgot? Oh, he realized.
Yeah.
Okay. Grandma is like, you'll need to visit. No, you have fairies in the randomizer itself. So, I mean, in the settings itself. So you actually need to visit the Great Fairies. But yeah, visiting the Great Fairies is actually good early because you can, if you have a bottle, you can get a fairy right there, or just get a fairy on Outside Fairy. But you can still get a fairy from a dungeon. There are some places in dungeons like right
before the
right.
boss. I think
Yeah.
every dungeon has one.
I would say every, yeah. Dragon Root's got 2, Forbidden Root's got 1, Tower of the Gods got 2. Forsaken Fortress doesn't get 1, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
But you can count that as a dungeon. For me, like, Forsaken Fortress is just a better version of Bowbrin, you know?
There's the command melody.
Yeah, so we're only missing the hookshot and we're gonna probably see a Wind Temple.
Yeah.
So someone said Wind Temple was actually close, but it was actually right.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, since Neefe has got light arrows, do you think... So, I know how in Ganon's tower, when you go to fight Phantom Ganon, you use light arrows to kill him quickly. Can you do that in Forsaken the same way?
No, he will dodge them.
Aw, boo.
Yeah. The only one that it works on is the one in Ganon's tower.
Oh, okay. I never knew that, so that's why I was asking.
I mean,
Yeah.
the only time where light arrows works on on Phantom Ganon of FF, it's when you're doing a swordless run. So, yeah. Someone actually asked a question. What do light arrows unlock at this point in the run? Some checks in ET. Light arrows didn't unlock anything. Light arrows is actually unlocking the end of the game. that's actually why you need light arrows.
Yes,
it's just to finish the game.
Also save a lot of time. You can one-shot regular enemies. They make the Jelhala, the Earth Temple boss, faster. Light arrows were in the Outset Fairy.
Yeah, Outset Fairy. That was a light arrows. And Neefe is actually going to... Is it Western Fairy? Yeah, it is. Because the look at platform seems familiar. Yeah, there is also a chest in Angular, but we can't check this for the moment because we don't have a mirror shield.
Do light arrows open up that chest?
Which one? The Angular one? You can no, it's not like Ocarina of Time when you can shoot light arrows to
Yeah,
transfer.
I didn't think so. Oh, there's a boomerang.
Boomerang. So is Gymnast going for... Oh, he's actually going for Wind Temple. That's surprising. Can you check maze without the hookshot? You can, because you don't need the hookshot to get into the maze. Actually, the maze chest can be the hookshot if you don't have Wind Temple. But yeah, as just mentioned, not in the seed. It's not that slow because you don't need... I mean, the only thing you need to do, sorry, with the hookshot there is actually getting into Ganon's tower, but you can do that with the leaf, it's faster, so...
Maze is in logic. It just can't be the hook shot because you need the hook shot to get to that point because Earth Temple is in or Wind Temple is in logic.
And anyway, if you want something to be there, you need the 3 swords.
Yes.
I just want to see how Gymnast approaches Wind Temple, because this will be interesting.
For sure, because he doesn't have bombs and he doesn't have hookshot, actually. While he could have done Forbidden Woods, only missing 1 chest, which is the Tingle chest, but it's not in logic because you don't have the grapple hook, so... Wind Temple is actually the logic...
Yeah, it's the
thing.
only dungeon in logic.
Yeah, but Bomb Island was there, actually. Neefe is actually doing Overworld now. It can be scary. It's the last Overworld checks, I think. Or actually, no, there is Needle Rock. I'm sorry.
Oof. Neefe falling into the
Worst
lava.
spot for a bow is Vanilla Spot. You actually can get fire and ice arrows there, I guess.
The Wind Temple warp pot between dungeons goes to Forsaken Fortress and Earth Temple.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the first 3 dungeons of the games and the last 3 dungeons of the game. That's where the pots actually leads. Like Dragon Roost Cavern, Forbidden Woods, and Tower of the Gods are connected, and Forsaken Fortress, Wind Temple, and Earth Temple are connected each other.
Yeah, Jim might be thinking he's gonna have to double dip some dungeons, and
Neefe-
this is the one
Neefe-
that's most in logic that has a warp pot that's useful.
Yeah.
Because while he could do Forbidden Woods, there's no useful warp pot there since the dungeons it leads to aren't in logic.
Yeah, you can break the pots with Skull Hammer and Fire Arrows, by the way. And Neefe is getting the bombs. Bombs in Bomb Island, guys.
Wow. That's the
Bombs.
most... Wow.
I can see Neefe going to Forbidden Woods now, to be honest. Oh, first checking, of course, the bombs later.
Bombs give you mail. And another bottle.
Getting closer to the bottle percent.
Yes.
Okay, he's coming back to Great Fish to check Needle Rock. Gymnast getting rupees.
Silver rupee. We have more than enough money for the rest of the run.
Okay, Gymnast is taking the risk to do this room without light arrows and only 3 hearts.
Gymnast is an ultimate god and mad lad, so... Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I think Gymnast is going to be totally fine here. He does have ice arrows and skull hammer, so he can do that.
Alright, there we go. So, I've now noticed that Neefe has a Master Sword. This will be interesting. I wonder if she's gonna go to Forsaken.
I should just stop saying things. I was like, wait, if you have a Master Sword, the run is dead. Just got a Master Sword.
Yeah.
Alright, Neefe is actually doing the OG strat for the Super Swim, I guess. Or maybe doing Creep first.
Oh yeah. To everybody who's watching, there is a bit that goes on with Super Swim. They will be going back and forth a lot, so it could induce a lot of like. I mean, I guess you could say seizures, but still, anybody who's like epileptic or anything like that, you want to be careful.
Yeah, we'll just warn you when this will actually happen, but we'll just warning you right now so that you can be actually prepared to do. We can't say if he will win or not. We're like 40 minutes into the race, but yeah, Neefe got a pretty decent lead because of the checks he did first. And since Gymnast went to Wind Temple, which won't be a full clear for him right now, unless Wind Temple has actually the hook shot, and in that case, it was good to go there.
I mean, if he gets hookshot, he could go on and do the boss.
I mean, if he got the hook shot, the only thing that will be remaining in Wind Temple will be the single chest. So basically, not a bad thing to get the hook shot right now. But if he doesn't get the hook shot, it's pretty bad for him. Because he will lose a lot of time, while Neefe is actually will actually be able to clear 2 full dungeons because he'll get the boomerang right now. Yay, Neefe got the Master Sword in Needle Rock Island. So yeah, Neefe is in the lead right now. Like, for sure.
I love Gymnast and all. I got to meet him, but there is. I mean, I could possibly see him losing, unless Neefe
Alright, now
somehow.
seizures warning, by the way.
Yes.
Just
Also,
look away.
Close is kind of scary.
That face is
That
scary.
face is literally scary, and the indefinite face of I'm dead inside.
Right, I'll explain that glitch right after it will end because for the people that has seizures or things, they won't actually understand if I explain now. But he could actually release it now. It will be too much speed actually.
If you could super swim in real life across the ocean, I mean, you know how
Mirror Shield, that's a good thing actually. So actually, Wind Temple wasn't in Go mode.
it wasn't?
No, Wind Temple wasn't a Go mode dungeon because you got Mirror Shield and you need Mirror Shield for Earth Temple. So that's not a bad thing. It would have been a bad thing if Wind Temple was actually a Go mode dungeon. You have to think it that way, at least. Alright, so Neefe is getting his Wind Waker dive to go through Forsaken Fortress and get to Phantom Cannon first, okay. Oh yeah, he'll take the storage in Phantom Cannon's chest.
I mean, there's a couple ways if you didn't have bombs already to get into Forsaken. I mean, you can have the cannons if you're close enough to that wooden wall that they could blow it up, which I've done before. Or you could do what Neefe just did, which is 10 times faster.
Yeah, you can look back. I'm sorry, the Super Swim is over. I forgot to mention it.
Yeah, no more
So,
seizures.
yeah, actually how the trick works, it uses storage, you know? That glitch we explained like for like the whole run for the moment. You can store doors, you can store cutscene, you can store chest, but you can store the Wind Waker actually. If you activate the Wind Waker while being in a storage mode, you can actually walk while holding the Wind Waker and oh my god, the delivery bag, that's huge. Sorry, let's get back to thing. So when you store the Wind Waker, you can walk with the Wind Waker in hand, and you can like play the songs and stuff. And if you get into the water, you just hold the the joystick like slightly up, left, I would say, and it will just go back and forth, and you'll win what is called negative speed. There is no limit in the negative speed you can get in this game, like in many Zelda games actually. So there is a speed limit for positive speed, but there is no limit for negative speed. So you can just get as much speed as you want until you just don't jump, I think. So,
Did you just see what Jim did? He basically what he did was he just jump slashed with the iron boots and broke the floor, and he didn't have to get stuck. And what are you doing?
I mean, I think it works. Yeah, I think it works. Yeah, look at that. That's the thing you have to do when you don't have bombs.
Dude.
Imagine getting a bomb bag but don't have bombs.
Jim is nutty. I'm gonna be honest.
Alright, Neefe is definitely in the lead because he got pretty much every possible thing to do in the overworld right now. If you don't count Cabana Labyrinth and Angular Isles, but there is so much things he can do right now.
Wait, was this loser's bracket or is this regular?
No, that's winner's bracket. That's winner's round 3, first game of the best of 3.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, because he won against Linkus, right?
Yeah, Gymnast won against Linkus and did the 119 thing.
I swear, Linkus plays Wind Waker 24/7 and he lost to Gymnast. That
Yeah, but no,
confuses me.
there is difference between the vanilla game and the randomizer. There is a lot of tricks that are actually randomizer only, and while Linkus actually runs the game like 24/7, as you say, the thing is, the routings, the the uh, the stuff you do at the beginning, like Cliff Plateau and Diamond Step Early, he didn't know about that. And there is a lot of things he didn't know, like the boulder skip and the boulder trick in Paw Print, for example, or any other little thing that you need to know to win time in a randomizer. He didn't know about it. That's why he lost.
Yeah, Linkus does know about Diamond Step Early. He just refuses to do that trick. That's not like the biggest thing. Sometimes doing Diamond Step Early is really useful. Sometimes it loses you time.
It will actually kill a run if Diamond Step actually has like bombs.
Yeah. I think the bigger thing is just bad routing, bad gambles, and not knowing as much about the randomizer, because Linkus just does not practice randomizer.
Yeah, knowing the game isn't enough to go through the randomizer.
I mean,
doing an hando is actually pretty cool when you know the game entirely, but doing a tournament settings race without, with only knowing the game itself, without knowing the stress of the randomizer and the tourney settings itself, it's actually harder.
So, I just want to know, how could bombs kill your run if it gets into Diamond Step?
It depends on when you get the hookshot. And if you have bombs, you can do Bomb Lightning and Thorn Fairy early, too. So, if you don't get to Diamond Step early and somehow bombs are there, you lose way too much time. And it depends when the hookshot is and where. If you get the hookshot at 1 hour and the bombs was actually there, the game is lost. Like, there is no way you win this.
Gymnast did Diamond Step early, there wasn't anything there.
Yeah. That's one of the.
So Neefe is doing another thing we can do with storage, which is just moving around during cutscenes. It's going to fight Helmrock King inside, which removes most of the RNG from the fight, though you can still soft lock, because Helmrock sometimes likes to get stuck in the wall.
Nerfox, that's why we are doing diamonds separately. It's low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
So that's why we do it. And since you're actually one quadrant away from it, like till the beginning, it's worth doing it. You have to see it like that. Oh, nice storage, Gymnast. Yeah, he did get it. It was pretty fast.
Did Neefe cancel storage? Did anyone catch that? I didn't see it.
Yeah, of course, he did.
Okay, good. If you do not cancel storage here, when you kill Helmrock, you'll soft lock during the cutscene and have to do the fight over.
Alright, and at 50 minutes, the first boss is killed. So,
Yep. And
in the
later
tournament
for
setting,
Gymnast.
yeah, in the tournament settings, there is only 4 dungeons possible to do. Like, those 4 dungeons will actually always get, progressive items. They can be like 1 or 2 or maybe no progressive item, but it's more likely to be there, and there is 2 dungeons that are empty. And we're starting with 4 Triforce shards, so that every boss in the game, every boss you have to kill will actually give a Triforce shard. So you need to do the 4 dungeons before getting the 8 shards and getting to Hyrule.
I just want to know what that camera angle was after killing Helmrock.
The cutscene where Helmrock dies.
Yeah, because I know you can get you can do a Wind Waker dive and get storage there real quick and store the cutscene and fight him down.
So the cutscene where Helmrock dies is messed up because Helmrock isn't at the right height when he gets killed, which just results in him, not getting as high as he's supposed to. So the searchlights are way above his head. Has no actual functional anything.
Nerfox, I wouldn't say that, even if I actually lost to luck like 2 days ago. But yeah, if you get a perfect routing, most of the time you will beat luck, because unless it's a jet C, then the guy just get lucky. If you have a perfect routing, you'll just be better than your opponent. Yeah, that's the thing, Isaac. There will still be a bit of luck, You can't just you can't just steal the luck part of a rando,
So with Neefe opening the delivery bag there, I believe we now know that the chest that was stored before that we weren't sure what it was had to have been spoils. Or maybe a map. I don't know if anyone checked the maps.
Yeah. Alright, what Maggie got for us? My god, that's the double
Maggie having a
Maggie.
bow and a sword.
Maggie is the best girl, guys. Don't forget about that.
No, she's not. It's Melody.
She is.
I'm gonna get so much hate for what I just said too.
And Neefe's gonna start the Goron trading quest.
What is this doing? Why is he doing Earth Temple right now?
Let the god do his work. It'll play out.
And Earth God Lyric.
He can full clear, right?
Who?
Gymnast can full clear this. Well, not quite full clear because
You're
the
still
tingle
missing
chest, but
And the tingle chest can have a small key. Don't
Right.
forget about that.
I'm surprised he
Other
hasn't
than the-
gotten to Bomb Island yet.
And you'll see that actually it will happen because bombs were actually obtainable like pretty early, so the small key will be there like most of the time. I mean, I can be wrong because it's random, you know.
yeah.
Just most of the time it will be that thing. Hey yo man, Neefe is in the lead right now. Nether Dragon, yes, the Triforce symbol represents the like the dungeons in Logic.
I think Jim's just hoping that he's gonna get, he's not gonna find the compass or the map, and he can just not come back here.
Is it a grapple hook go mode?
We're still missing a master sword
Yeah, but
and a hook
but,
shot.
I mean, yeah, but we can have actually the Master Sword or the hook shot before getting the grapple. That would be funny.
So technically, after
Bottle
you get
percent?
hook,
Bottle percent.
wow.
What were you gonna say, by the way? Sorry.
So whoever gets hookshot and grappling hook after Gymnast gets bombs is basically go mode. Oh dang, he's already got the big key. I mean, couldn't he technically go on ahead and do Earth Temple right now?
Who?
Beat the boss, Gymnast?
The last
Um,
Master Sword.
What
Neefe
was
is
that from?
dead now.
Me-
That was from a mail, but I can't remember which one. I didn't see which one.
get.
Wait, Neefe, what are you doing this? Don't do this!
I mean, I can go back and look.
Neefe, why are you doing Wind Temple when you don't have the hook shot? And you actually can get the whole Forbidden Woods? Why are you doing Logic? He can. Yeah, but he can. He knows how to do it. I mean, yeah, it's easy to
Jim is
talk
doing
while
a
eating, of
skip
course, but
here to avoid. It took me forever to figure out how to do this room the casual way. There's a banner that you can shoot fire arrows to bring light into that room, and then you use the choose to hold down the button.
yeah.
Also, to anybody who has said that my mic is really loud and hurt the ears, I am very sorry. I fixed it.
Doing floor masters without the soup or without the master sword is a pain.
Yeah.
It's 12 hits, by the way. I mean, I could have said like 12 HP if you count a hero sword hit as 1 HP and a master sword hit as 2. Wait, actually, it isn't 12. Oh, yeah, it is. I'm sorry. It is.
Yeah. And a small key for Gymnast.
Imagine having a small key in the in the first chest of Wind Temple while it's not in go mode.
Right. The first sword was Maggie. Or, sorry,
No, the first sword
Needle
was
Rock.
Needle Rock. The second one was Maggie, and the last one was a male.
We just don't know what the.
I think
letter
that
it
was the last male, so I would say a Reels letter.
That would make sense.
No, that was a Reels letter.
And there's a cabana deed.
I'm pretty sure.
Gymnast clipping out of bounds here, so we can just leaf over to this door.
You could have said a small key here, just in case it was.
Not sure what Gymnast is doing.
Yeah, he could have said a small key here to actually get into get into the full clear of the dungeon without getting the tingle chest, which probably has a small key, just in case. Yeah, but Nerfox, he actually has to go to Angular, which is actually a pretty far away check, where a lot of checks are actually close to each other. So if the grapple is at Angular, I don't think he will go there, like instantly.
Did these two ever do Needle Rock?
Yeah, that was the first sword. Neefe did.
Okay, that's alright. Sorry.
It's okay. The synced chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Neefe doing exploding the warp pod, so that he will be able to come back just in case the hookshot isn't there. But we actually know the hookshot isn't there. And he's actually burning the woods of the second war part of the dungeon so that he can come back faster next time. Grapple is the only thing Neefe needs. I mean, no, he needs grapple and hookshot.
Well, depends on how he feels about zombie hovering.
No, you can't
Or,
zombie
no,
hover.
he needs hookshot for this dungeon.
You need a hookshot. Zombie hovering isn't a thing here. I
Right.
mean, Morph hovering, actually. Yeah,
So
I
extra...
was saying the same thing, but Forbidden Woods isn't in logic, so it would be cool to get there, since there is only 3 or 2 checks possible in Earth Temple, while there was 10 possible in Wind Temple. How the war pods works in Rando? So basically, all the basic war pods in the game works the same way, but in the tournament settings, we add war pods through dungeons, so that the first 3 dungeons of the game are connected to each other, and the last 3 are connected to each other. So that means Dragon Roost Cavern, Forbidden Woods, and Tower of the Gods for the first part, and Forsaken Fortress, Wind Temple, and Earth Temple for the second part.
The one other change to warp pots is Medley and Makar will follow you through warp pots.
Yeah, true.
Wait, they will.
If it's grapple here, it's huge, to be honest.
Yeah. Hookshot would also be pretty big, especially if hookshot leads to grapple.
Yeah. I mean, imagine having to double dip Wind Temple to get the hookshot. To deep Wind Temple, get the Mirror Shield, get the hookshot, and then coming back to Wind Temple.
That would be real
That would
mean.
be pain. And yeah, Blaman, you can see Sans in Wind Waker. And you can see a lot of other models.
If only that they implemented if you play as Sans when that the boss fight was a Megalovania, that would make that 10 times better. And I don't hear Pogi complaining.
Nah, that's
And it's a
pair.
Hoyi pair.
Yeah. Unless it's a grapple skin. It's a skin grapple. But I don't think so. Yikes. Oh my god, Neefe, that was close. Whence I agree with that. And that's what I would have done. After checking the whole other world. Like Neefe did.
And Jim is headed for Needle Rock, where he is going to find a sword.
I agree with that, Jay. I agree with that. Of course. That's not a bad idea at all to go to Forbidden Woods. And the bomb bag. Hello, Bob. Oh my god. You gotta love him.
Yeah, Jim is very far behind.
Jim is like... I won't say dead at this point, but close. Alright, Jim getting his first Master Sword. At least.
Basically, Jim has gone into 2 dungeons and without being able to complete either of them, and while Neefe did Overworld and found full Master Sword and bombs. And yeah, that's where we're at. Jim did find his light arrows, but so Jim's going to be doing a super swim here.
Alright, seizures warning.
Yes.
Again.
So Jim's going to grab storage here, and then he's going to open that chest to get chest storage. Then he's going to get storage again.
Yeah, you get double storage
through the wall, and
the
then super swim to Forsaken Fortress. With these settings, tends to be somewhere between, like, I don't know, maybe hour and a half if it's really fast to 3 hours if it's really slow, generally between 2 and 2.5.
I would say 215, depending on... I mean, actually 215 isn't accurate. I would say like 2 or 210. Because sometimes you get jet seeds and sometimes you get like really slow seeds. It depends. But with those players, I would say 2 estimate.
So Gymnast just walking through the walls here because, as a reminder, walls are merely suggestions and sometimes they're floors. So Jim's gonna start by fighting Helmarok.
And just to come back to the estimate part. Oh, what is that? Are those lights?
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
What the fuck?
It'll probably
So
go
yeah,
away
to
when...
come back to the estimate part,
reload.
215 is good because sometimes you get, like, maybe casual players playing, or maybe players that aren't as good at as those players, so 215 is a good estimate. And of course, the estimate time will only depends on the runner's skills and the seed itself. So That's how bug memory corruption looks. I agree. Yes,
Yes,
sorry,
this is a best
sorry,
of
right.
3.
All the runs from winners bracket round 2 and loser bracket round 3 are best of 3s, and the finals are 5 or 3s.
So once again, Gymnast has storage here so he can move during this cutscene. So he's just going to stand on top of that jail cell, which is the same height as Helmrock King. So Helmrock's just going to kind of walk at him, hopefully, and not get stuck in the wall.
It's RNG, by the way. I mean, he can soft lock, like if you're in a bad position or in a bad setup, but if you have a right setup, sometimes it can actually soft lock. It's just RNG. And when it's soft lock, you're like, fuck this dude. Like, this soft lock is actually really, really long because it takes 2 minutes, I guess, or 3, if Helmrock soft locks. So that's kind of so. It should just be 2 sets for grants. It should be best of 5, but with 2 sets, just in case the loser, the one from losers, is actually winning. So, or maybe even best of 3 actually. Oh, it's best of 5. Okay.
It's best of 5 with.
I think it's best of 5 with the guy. I mean, the player coming up from the winner side is actually gets 1 win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't mind 2 best of 5s or 2 best of 3s, but like the bracket reset thing would be better in my opinion.
So Gymnast is going to avoid Phantom Ganon for as long as possible. He will discover that he does need to fight him, though.
Actually, we might see a Forbidden Woods Go mode if the hookshot is there. I mean, if the hookshot is actually in Earth Temple. Yeah, Wins, I agree with that. It shouldn't be a best of 5 where the winner, the one coming up from the winners gets 1 win free.
Yes, Neefe is very ahead right now. Although I think Jim's starting to catch up.
Yeah, if he loses thrice, then the winner's side gets screwed. And get punished for actually winning the whole tournament.
Well, Jim may be ahead in your heart, but Neefe beat him to soup percent and has bottle percent, which Jim does not have.
Imagine doing French references in an English stream. Hey Bob. Alright. Jim has skipped Phantom Ganon, so he'll just do it like right now and get his delivery bag. I saw it. Don't worry about that. I'm just a Game 3 fan. I agree with that. Game 3 is always the thing you want in a tournament. Overall. Oh my god, those lights. Jim, please fix your game.
Yeah, what you do?
We should actually just wait for the
Jeez.
finals to talk about these wins. And it actually depends on how long the tournament is too, actually. Edwin, you should you should ask wins required here for Rondo.
And there's the delivery bag for Jim.
I know that's not fair, but let's just wait the finals just to probably because a setting on this Wii or on the ISO is actually on.
Okay, I'm confused on what wins is going on about.
You know, in double elimination brackets, most of the time the grand finals is actually a first set beginning with no matches won for anyone, like it's 0-0, and it's a best of 5 most of the time. And if the guy from the loser bracket actually win the set, the guy from the winners actually didn't lose any matches, any sets during the tournament. So to make this fair, you do what is called a bracket reset. The bracket reset actually reset the sets, and now both players come from the loser bracket. And since both players come from the loser bracket, the next the guy who will win the last match will actually be the winner of the tournament. That's what Wins was talking about, and the thing is, this tournament isn't like that. When in grand finals, the player from the winner side that wins all his matches from the whole tournament will actually get only a free win on the sets. But if he loses the sets, it's over. There's no bracket reset.
So Jim just got his second
Yeah,
Master
we-
Sword. That was the letter from Baito's mom.
yeah. Sorry about that. We should stick to the race. That's my beat.
And Jim's about to get the final Master Sword. So now
Come
he
on,
mostly
Jim.
just needs to do Bomb Isle to really catch up.
I just want Jim to get bombs already.
Right?
Oh my god.
I mean, Jim is like, he's not doing excessively long stuff, so Grandma and Bomb Island aren't a thing for Jim.
I mean, I'm not going to
Bombs are Bomb Islands.
I'm not gonna harp on Gymnast because he just did a Skyward Sword run, and he did just get back from GDQ Sunday. So I mean, you gotta give him a little bit of slack here.
That's a nice trick Neefe just did.
What did he do? I was focusing on Jim.
He actually, you know, he took the mirror shield down and got the wall.
Oh, he did the thing
Under
where
him.
he's like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, I learned it. I noticed because I saw a Jarhead do. I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's actually pretty cool.
So Jim is doing Zunari now, which is
Yeah.
going to give him a bottle.
There was actually no point on going to Wind Temple first for Jim, while there was a lot of overall thing missing, I guess. But hey, you have to take the gamble. It's a first race.
Sorry, go on.
sorry, it wouldn't have been a bad decision if actually the hookshot was there, at least.
Whenever the next tournament will be scheduled after this, that will be really fun because I love doing this tournament, even though I lost twice. I'll admit it, I suck at it, but this has been really fun, and I'm excited to see how this goes next time we do another tournament.
Yeah. Game Boy.
Yeah, I thought this was a much better Wind Temple dip than the one where he got spring storage and then didn't do anything useful with it.
Yeah.
Though that was
I mean,
very entertaining, and I went out
it
and
w-
learned how to do spring
was-
storage after
It
that.
was just a showcase, dude.
I mean, he just
And-
did that to flex on whoever he was playing against. I don't remember who
He was
that one
playing
was against.
Linkus. He was playing Linkus.
Oh, that was the
And
first
Linkus did it. Did
game
it
of their
later.
match.
That was the first one. Because I watched that one. I didn't watch it 119 somehow. Majora's Max Tourney, you should ask Wins Requiem here in the chat. I don't know about this. But if you are talking about Majora's Mask Rondo, it's actually growing right now. But Majora's Mask itself, I don't know. But here, we're playing Wind Waker Randomizer.
I'm gonna say
It
this
looks
right
like
here.
Neefe is skipping the Tangled chest.
I do not think so, Gage, that these races are uploaded to YouTube, but I do believe that the VODs are saved on each individual's channel because that's required. So I think you just go find theirs on there.
Oh, okay, Neefe's going back for the Tangled chest here.
Oh
Let's
my
see if
god,
it's a small key or not.
Gymnast is finally going to get bombed.
There was
And
a
it's a
bad
Bokobapa
accident.
seed.
Yikes.
Sometimes the runners also upload their VOD to YouTube. Obviously, can't watch both of them, but at the same time, they don't both upload. But
I actually try to do reviews of races, and we'll probably begin to do it in a week or something.
I just want to know what's going on with the lava here on Gymnast's screen. It's just white and like black.
Yeah,
on
it's
one side.
it's like the light problem on Forsaken Fortress, I guess.
Lost
Yeah.
is clearly a pirate, so it's probably on the pirate ship.
That would be awesome in Hando Seed.
The pirate ship is not in Logic, by the way.
True. Neefe, just take the soup.
Players forget about that a lot.
I never forget about that in
I-
that room.
I personally would use light arrows on them.
Oh,
but
true.
that's just
you
me.
can. It's
Yeah, you
actually
could do
faster.
light arrows, since we have soup.
And Gymnast getting his bombs. I would like to see Gymnast's face right now.
Yeah. That is one thing I definitely like about
I would
Linkus's
have-
races, is
I
he
would
has a
have been
face cam.
pissed. I would have been pissed, to be honest. Frostbite, what the fuck? We're actually missing 2 hooks.
Yes.
Well, since we're losing 2 hooks, at least this got me hooked on the race.
LMAO. That was a good one.
That was bad, but that was good.
No, that was a good one.
I'm gonna say this
Nice
is
lost.
Oh, sweet. Lost has been uploading the tournament matches to YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. I'm gonna say this, and I'm sorry if I offend people, but this is just purely for jokes. Majora's Mask randomizer absolutely sucks. Wind Waker's
And
top
bottle
tier
percent
is...
for Gymnast.
Yes. Ocarina of Time randomizer is top tier. Oh wait, actually no. Twilight Princess Randomizer is the best of all time.
But we don't even have it.
I'm being sarcastic. I hope everybody would know that.
I kind of knew it, but I just wanted to point that out. I mean, it would be interesting to get a TP run though, but it's kind of hard to do.
Yeah, Skyward Sword Randomizer 1, please.
Breath of the Wild rando. It's already a randomizer, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
The rando itself. It's the game itself, dude.
Just call it Breath of the
Frostbite asking the real questions. Phantom Hourglass randomizer.
Tingle
when?
Tuner! Let's go! We can zombie hover, guys.
I mean, we already found a bomb bag, so.
Oh yeah, true.
Skyward Sword Rando, but it's only goddess test.
Oh god, that would be awful.
It's like actually doing a rando, a Wind Waker rando with only second treasures.
And obviously randomizing the you gotta randomize the chart locations.
Every
as well.
glitches are allowed. Except
Zombie hover is allowed.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna be a thing in any seed that has wind tempo because you need the hook shot for
There
wind
is actually-
tempo.
yeah, there is actually one glitch that isn't allowed, and that's a dupe glitch.
Wait, so what do you mean by duping? Do you mean like bottle?
No, I'm not talking about soup duping. There was an announcement in the tournament Discord, like this morning,
Yeah.
and Matt
basically-
Girl explained that there was duplication glitch that has been found at the end of 2019, and that glitch can actually duplicate every item in a ferry location. So
If I knew how to do that, why didn't I just do that throughout the run? I'm joking. I would never do that because I don't need to get shot or
I don't know if it's actually been done RTA yet.
nah, it's only TAS.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
it should only-
theoretically it's possible to do
it should only
RTA,
be
but I don't
TAS.
know of anyone doing it yet. Basically, you can make the Great Fairy give you the item, the last item that you got, and you can set the last item you got by giving an item to a mailbox. It's only really useful with a sword or a bow, but for swords you have to be careful.
I mean, yeah, it's RTA viable, but it's actually hard. Like the frame window is actually pretty small.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's kind of TAS only for the moment.
I'm gonna go off track right here. I know we're talking about TAS, but there's a video of Minecraft being beaten in 30 seconds by a TAS. I'm so confused. Oh, come on, Jim. Wait. Oh, Jim is using soup. I didn't.
Yes, Gymnast is very good at remembering he has soup here.
I mean, he actually doesn't get soup a lot of times, so when he have it, he reminds.
Yes. If you watch any of the races he does with commentary, he doesn't have soup here, he always complains about the lack of soup. Alright, and there's the dungeon map, super useful there.
Yeah, I'm wondering honestly.
And there's the hook shot.
Just give us scrap like, man.
Bob, you jinxed it.
Bob, you suck. I mean, I love you, but come on, man.
And the hookshot is there. Only missing. Imagine if the grapple is actually Master Sword. chamber or the maze?
It can't be. Because you need the grappling hook for Forbidden Woods according to logic.
I forgot about that.
Hey Bob, even you kind of jinxed it, but yeah, we did get hook shot. Just because of that, I'm gonna make you run one of my seeds that apparently are really bad, according to Tuba. I mean, you don't have to. It's a joke.
Wait, what is Neefe doing?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, you forgot a chest? Oh, he didn't do that one. Okay, I see. So he's doing a roll clip. Nice one.
We still could have Hurricane Spin in time for Jalhalla.
Oh, and Gymnast got
I
Tingle
hope so.
Tuner. I didn't even know that was a thing in here.
Yeah. Randomly generated, Edwin. Handcrafting a seed is actually, that takes too much time.
So it's worth noting that if you break a Stelphos in half and then light arrow it, you can soft lock.
Oh my god.
There's the grappling hook.
Wow.
That's go
That's
mode.
go mode.
Go mode, baby.
So the two hooks were actually the two last chests of Earth Temple, imagine. And as Wins actually mentioned earlier, Gymnast could have done the last room. Like, he knows how to do it.
Gymnast, please go get the grappling hook quick.
Gymnast could have actually go there from the beginning. Like, the first time he went to Earth Temple. So it could pay off. It could actually pay off for Neefe.
Gymnast, I will bow down to you if you please go get that chest with the grappling hook. I swear, ignore everything else and just go for that chest. I will do nothing.
It would be suspicious to ignore everything else and just go to the hook shot and the grapple hook.
Oh wait, he doesn't have hook shot. I thought
No.
he already did. Okay, so don't ignore all the other chests. Kind of.
That would be suspicious.
Yeah, kind of. Just a bit.
A little bit.
I mean,
And yeah, you can use light arrows on Jalhalla.
Yeah.
Just not.
Jalhalla is one of two bosses that light arrows do something to. That like you're not supposed to have light arrows at. If you use light arrows on the boss of Dragon Roost,
Goma.
Totally blanking on right
Heal
now.
Goma.
It will heal them.
Wait, seriously? I didn't even know that was a thing. I've just never, because I never thought to use light arrows on Goma. So that's interesting. Oh my god, he's finally going to get grapple hook. Oh. And that is Jalhalla. You know nothing.
Yes, it is possible to overflow Goma's health. I don't remember what happens when you do it, though.
And the grapple for Gymnast.
So it looks like they're almost neck and neck after they do,
Are we are we watching Tetris? No, neck and neck.
I mean, is there a Tetris speedrun?
No, it's actually the Tetris World Cup. They always repeat neck and neck, like every 2 minutes.
Dude, I'd be down to watch that. I mean...
So, the room Gymnast is in right now, you can kill the bubbles before they actually animate.
Nerf is certain Tetris randomizer.
It's already a rondo, dude.
I mean,
I would like
And
I would like to play a Tetris
random mode.
where you only get eye bars.
dude, I want to get into the Tetris World Cup. That'd be cool. Imagine me winning the Tetris World Cup.
Yeah, I would imagine that. My
I-
boy.
Neefe is going through the warp pot to head to Wind Temple.
Yeah, Neefe is going to take the warp pod between dungeons to come back to Wind Temple. And since he has a small key, he can actually take a storage to the next chest he'll get.
I was waiting for him to do the weird shot clip
Oh,
with.
no,
the
actually,
shot.
he'll just go for this, I guess.
Well, that's another way to do weird shot. I mean,
It's faster that way, anyway. And it was like first try, so...
hey, I never knew you could personally do that, so I just did the weird shot that Gymnast usually does, or what he did the video for.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. look at look at the lantern. I think he has the big key.
I just want to know how Gymnast was able to break into the game. Like,
I love to watch the CTWC every year. It's so nice.
we should get like the randomizer Discord just to have our own Tetris tournament.
Sure.
Yes, Jim is doing memory corruption to do barrier skip more effectively.
How many versions of barrier skip are there now?
So in this version of the game, barrier skip is not actually possible, at least as far as we know.
But you can
In
carve.
Wind Waker SD, the Japanese version only has a memory corruption method of unloading the barrier, and Wind Waker HD, you can just item slide past the barrier.
I know at yeah, because at Linkus's run, where Gymnast was with him at AGDQ, which I got to see like in person, which was really cool. I noticed that he did like 4 to 5 tries with the Deku Leaf just to like he would use the Deku Leaf and see if the air would go against the wall, and if it didn't go against the wall, that means the barrier was gone. So I don't know how. So that can't be accessed in this version.
Yeah, the SD barrier skip is only available in the Japanese version.
And
The randomizer is based
and
on the
not
North
in
American
emulator.
version.
Also, I just
Yeah.
noticed that Gymnast decided to do a side hop just to get that Triforce piece, so it didn't. I guess it didn't show him getting it. If that makes more sense.
And by the way, for the memory corruption, you need the console to do it. You
Yes,
can do
it
it
is.
in...
Currently, as far as I know, not possible on emulator, though theoretically you could make an emulator do it. Both players, I believe, are playing on console, though.
I know he's on console.
Yes.
But it's North American version, so memory corruption doesn't work, I think. I mean, anyway, even if it's good on emulator, you actually can't run. You actually can't speedrun Wind Waker in an emulator.
Well, you can't do the any
It's
percent
not-
with that glitch.
Yay, Gymnast got
I
the
mean,
hook shot for
yeah,
sure.
you can, but I was saying it like that, like I was saying it like you actually can't speedrun Wind Waker in an emulator. It's banned from speedrun. So you have to do it in console.
I mean, it'd be cool to learn how to speedrun Wind Waker on consoles. If you know you have
Yeah,
the
Jay,
console.
that's what I said.
Yeah, Star Race. The randomizer only works on the North American ISO.
Because of item names, I would say. Does it work
It
on Wii? It works on
mostly played on
actually.
Wii.
Yeah, all
I don't even
players
know if you
are.
can play it on GameCube.
I mean, all speedrunners are actually playing on Wii. I guess.
Oh, does barrier skip work on the Wii? It does work on the Wii, yeah.
It does. Most of the time, you take your Wii because you can actually play every game's regions. So
Gymnast starting his boss fight here. Neefe already out. Also, yes, in this version of the game, we do get to hear the best boss music. And the car does not ruin this for us. Star Race, the Wii is region locked, but there's ways around it that we can't do as easily on GameCube. I think you need to do a hardware modification to unlock a GameCube. Not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, you have to do it. I mean, to play the run though, anyway, on your Wii, you have to do the software modification. You have to get a number.
Yes.
So
you can do software stuff to play the rando on Wii. With GameCube, I think you would have to do hardware modifications to get it to run, and I don't know if that's even a thing.
I actually have my Japanese Wind Waker ready. I just need to find the last cable for my capture card, and I'll begin speedrunning the game. Yeah, firmware, sorry. Okay, yeah. It's actually... this go mode is a joke.
You're not wrong. I mean, if they just basically have to figure out which key has the boss key. And I would laugh if the boss key was in the chest right before the boss room.
You don't need the boss key chest.
Yeah.
You don't need the boss key actually.
Wait, you don't?
No, you just storage. It's the easiest like it's the easiest.
You just walk through the door.
Yeah, you just walk right through the door.
What?
It's like too easy, to be honest. You don't even need to practice it.
Yeah, Forbidden Woods is one of the slower. I mean, it's not as slow as like Tower of the Gods, but it's, I think, relatively slow if you're full clearing it and very go moding it.
Yeah.
It's a 5-minute dungeon. I told you, job PB. Thank you for the new nickname. I'll be sure to put that as my new nickname on Discord.
And
but that's
sorry, hold on. You can go.
I was just gonna say that's insane because I never knew personally that you could do that or just walk through the door basically with storage.
That's the only that's the only dungeon you can do it. And actually, as Jay mentioned, yeah, you can do boss key skip like in every dungeons.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The only boss key skip in this game, Forsaken Fortress.
Yeah, of course, exclusively on Rondo. I mean, you actually could do it in a...
That is Forbidden Woods boss key skip. You get storage and you walk through the door.
You have to go to the right. To the left, it doesn't work, by the way.
My brain is just...
I've seen... Oh, it's not possible in vanilla.
True. Bob,
I've
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
definitely seen Tower of the Gods big key skip in Rando before.
I mean, Bob, you can actually do it, but it's just useless because it's the big key chest that you store.
If
Yeah,
someone
Poggy.
bought or someone soft locks here, I'm gonna feel really bad for him.
Why would you soft lock now?
I mean, it could happen. Who knows? This is technology. It can screw you over any.
Oh yeah, that way. Okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
there are.
technical problem actually. I wouldn't call it a soft lock.
Sure.
The laser doesn't stop? I didn't know about that. Can't you actually jump from... Oh, statues won't activate, okay.
Wait, lasers. Wait, there's lasers in Zelda?
Yeah, somehow.
I know in Breath of the Wild you got the Guardians, but like that's.
Okay, I see. Alright, Neefe is gonna head to Hyrule now. Will for sure be a sub 2 right now, unless something happened.
Unless for some godforsaken reason, Gymnast pulls a magic trick out of his hand, or Neef gets stuck on Puppet Ganon. Gymnast could very well win this. It just depends on how he plays.
Yeah. It's time to kill that guy again.
That guy with the annoying puppet, really? Well, also, I'm sorry. With the commentary on my side, I'm personally new to this. This is
It's
actually
okay.
really fun.
You did well, actually. Yeah, Jim
Yeah,
actually has a
Jim-
perfect, execution right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And time for barriers, eh?
The burrow skip from Neefe. The hardest trick in the game, you just have to press B. Alright, wins. That's good. By the way, wins. Did you did you watch like the end, like the hookshot and the grapple hook, but in the last room of Earth Temple? That gymnast skip. I mean, that gymnast could have done actually, but didn't do. Or target A. I usually do target A, to be honest.
Gymnast getting his Triforce cutscene. And off to Hyrule. Neefe completing his trial skip, frame perfectly.
And you'll see that he'll just sidle into the door.
Yes, which
Why not?
Oh,
No.
he didn't go for it. That's
You gotta
4
save those
frames he just
3
lost.
frames. No, 3. Isn't that
It's 3? I thought it was 4.
Isn't that 3? Bob, tell us. You know it.
Bob, don't you lie.
You gotta tell us.
So I've got a question real quick.
Somewhere between 3 and 4. I mean, 3 is storage.
So I was wondering if you could possibly skip the Triforce cutscene. I mean, if you're able to get into the boat quick enough and pull out the Wind Waker, could you
You
teleport?
kind
real
of
quick?
can.
You
Play
can, but
before it
when-
plays, but then it'll play when you spawn after
yeah,
warping.
after warping, it will just do the cutscene, so you can't.
Oh, okay.
What happens if you have storage when you get in the boat?
Ooh. I mean, It possibly could soft block it. I mean, I could try that later.
Yeah, we should. I should ask Azer after this, but I think it's 3 actually.
Well, yes, wins. We know this is tournament 1 or tourney 1. I thought this. I really want to be sarcastic, but I'm not. I'm just gonna say yes. This is it. And I'm just gonna leave it there.
Alright, Neefe entering Puppet Ganon. The first shot missed, that was too late. So let's do some snipes,
Oof.
guys.
Isn't Trog shot like the very first shot of Puppet
No,
Ganon?
Frog Shot is on phase 3.
Oh my god, that was a wonderful shot there.
Could he be better than the Swedish sniper himself?
And Jedi Dalton, thanks for the 2 months.
Yo, dude, you're awesome.
There, Gymnast just sliding up to the door. You can reach the loading zone there.
And
We'll have to ask Azer if it saves 3 or 4 frames.
3 or 4. We're undecided. I need to ask Azer after this. Alright, Neefe.
Dude.
Finished phase 1. It will begin phase 2.
I don't know who to cheer for right now. This is insane.
This race is so close.
He needs to do Soup Glitch if he wants to try Crypt Shot.
Yeah.
And I don't think he has enough. Never mind, he does have enough
No,
for.
he won't use the soup. He will use the keys.
If he wanted to go for it on the first try, he would have.
If you don't have magic, keys will actually always give you at least 1 magic drop.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not going for it.
Come on, give us a show. Shoot. Pull off a trick.
Just do Morth Hover while just do Morth Hover while fighting Puppet Ganon.
Well, looky here. It looks like Gymnast is almost here. Actually, he's about to do it
Alright,
now.
Gymnast needs good snipes. Right now.
Anonymous first one.
I missed the second one. Can we actually allow moon jump in this?
I'll pay $10 to whoever gets past the past Puppet Ganon first. I probably shouldn't be betting on people.
It's just small guys. Alright, is that 2 shots for Jim? I didn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, and Neefe ending the 3rd phase. Alright, so we are
He just
the gap
encroaches
here
in
is
the
2
two.
faces of Puppet Ganon.
Yeah, if Jim has a perfect Puppet Ganon here, it's gonna be close, but I don't think he's gonna be able to catch up at this
It depends
point.
how Neefe's Ganon fight is.
I just want to see Gymnast pull off the shot right here.
Yeah, if Jim manages to get Crypt Shot and Trog Shot, he'll have a
Alright.
chance.
Let's go. Creep shot.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Oh, that was close. A bit too early, somehow. Did he get the key without aiming at
Yeah.
her, actually?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
What if they both soft lock and unguarded door?
Oof.
Oh,
I've never seen
we just-
that miss before.
Yeah, we just reschedule, I guess.
I mean, if they soft lock, that would mean that they would just have to like. Wait, did they save before doing what or after when or Riftum?
I don't know.
Oh no, if they
And
did, that would
Neefe.
suck.
Neefe is entering.
Yeah, what's up, Dale? Welcome to the stream. Let us know when he's in here. So, like,
They do not need to play best out of 3 tonight.
Sometimes people play best of 3 like in one day, but I don't think they'll do now. I don't think this is planned to be 3 races right now.
No.
Yeah, Neefe will just destroy Ganon's right now. And I think it will be the end of it.
no.
And Neefe getting the arrow shot from Zelda, and it's time! With a time of 1:54 and 10. I don't know the official time. 1:54 and 11. Pretty
Wow.
good race so far.
Nice sub 2.
We gotta ask Gymnast about those early checks in Wind Temple.
What is he doing? What was he just doing? Wait, can't you do like let go and like stop at the same time?
What do you mean?
Well, I just saw Gymnast like spam on the rope. I didn't know what he just.
You just spam A.
I mean, I've seen people do that before. I just didn't know you can personally like just spam A. So there's like other stuff you had to do.
I mean, you have to spam A in a really consistent way. Yeah, the Gymnast execution is actually incredible, and that's why he caught up that much today. I mean, if that routing wasn't that bad at the beginning, could have been like a really, really close race.
If he didn't do Diamond Step, he would have gotten this perfect.
Yeah, not doing Diamond Step early paid off. That's true.
Yeah. I wouldn't say huge, it's not a huge time save, but...
I mean, if Gymnast went to get bombs when he could have, that would have changed a lot of stuff. Well, hey, we learn from our mistakes, you know? It was a great run in general. And now I'm gonna have to do homework for the next 2 hours.
Jim went to Diamond Step.
Yeah. Oh, he got hit. So, no one phase. And this will do. Zelda will wake up.
No, Neefe never went and did Diamond Step. Yes.
Come on. Yes. There we
go. The hook shot and grappling hook were our go mode items.
And time. With a time of 1:56 and 53. It's less than 3 minutes of a gap. It's a really, really good race. And really, really close.
Yeah, that was very close.
Back to Gymnast to catch up that much. Gymnast, that was insane, dude.
Hello.
Hey, Gymnast.
It's totally like
Neefe will join us.
Talked back in AGDQ like 2 weeks ago. Wait, no, that wasn't. Ignore what I just said.
Alright, Neefe will join in a minute.
Jim, I love you.
Alright. Hey, love. Hey, Neefe. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, how... feelings about the seed, actually, guys. How was the seed for you?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, both grapple hook and hook shot being in the bottom of Earth Temple was interesting.
Yeah, I gotta ask Gymnast, why did you go to Wind Temple that early, actually?
Because I thought there was probably going to be something there, but I guess not. Well, I mean, I guess I found Mirror Shield, but that didn't help very much.
Could have been a good play. It's just rondo things, I guess.
Yeah, just not happening to check bomb aisle until it was the very last thing I could have done. Was
Yeah, I know you don't like to check bomb island. I can see that in a lot of races you have done before, and somehow it was bombs.
Yeah, I mean that's just rando. So
Yeah, I checked Bomb Island a little earlier than I usually do, just because
Yeah, you did
I didn't have much to do at
exactly-
the time.
Yeah, you did exactly the route I would actually do. So I called a route, and you did exactly that, and that was actually what paid off. Even if Gymnast had pretty good execution overall, that's why he caught up. Your routing was better, and you actually got it with a lot of good choices, I guess.
Yeah, I really thought I was gonna get nothing out of wind when I went there, and I thought I was losing a lot of time, but the very last thing I checked had the mirror shield, so I guess it paid off.
Yeah, getting the mirror shield for Gymnast was actually good. And that's why he actually caught up, because he actually went to... I think you went to Earth Temple right after Wind Temple, right?
yeah,
So I saw some people in the chat saying that you could have finished Earth Temple even if it wasn't in logic. Was that right, or?
I would have had to. Let's see. I mean, yeah, because the Tingle chest didn't have anything. I would have had to have done a grab roll clip to get past the Songstone because I didn't have bombs.
Yeah.
Which is possible, but I've never done that on that specific ledge before, and I didn't want to try it out in a randomizer match.
It's a pretty hard roll clip, I gotta say. So, yeah, maybe... I mean, your routings, guys, were actually so different. It was so interesting to watch. We actually know Neefe was a bit in the lead, but we didn't know who will actually win till the very end when both of you guys got the go mode. So yeah, pretty interesting race to watch. Any other questions, by the way? Smash, KBM?
Let's see. Neefe, someone was asking earlier about your name.
Yes.
Just where it comes from.
It's just my name.
Fair enough.
For Gymnast, this isn't a question. Just original Elijah wanted us to tell you hi, since he was originally going to commentate.
Well, thank you for the hi. Tell him I said hi back.
He'll be happy about it.
Knowles wants to know what the best way to get into Wind Waker speedruns is.
Well, specifically, if you want to get into the randomizer, I would recommend joining the randomizer tournament Discord. Since there's usually just discussion going on in there, people posting about new tricks or strats that they might have figured out, and people will be able to help you if you're stuck on trying to figure something out. So if you want to join the vanilla game speedrunning, then you would want to join the regular Wind Waker speedrun Discord, which is linked on zeldaspeedruns.com/discords.
P-Man asks, is the second match happening today?
Probably not. I'm tired at this point.
I was about to ask, did you guys talk about the schedule for the second match?
No, I don't think so. This was the only one we had planned so far.
Yep.
Alright. We expect to see a really good game too, anyway.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah. I think we're over with questions. Am I right?
I tried to hold it in. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I don't see any more in the chat.
Let's mod
All
play.
right, so
Either
we
round.
might actually end this, I guess.
Is this about time for me to jump in and say what all else we've got going on this weekend?
Yay.
Okay,
Go
because we
for it,
have a
Ross.
lot going on. This weekend is packed. So we have a lot going on. If you want to stick around in this general vicinity, we have later on today here on ZSR Main, we've got over with the Ocarina of Time randomizer tournament, we've got a winner's bracket round 1 match between Glitchymon and Westifer starting on the hour, so in about 45 minutes. So if you want to stick around for that, I mean, obviously we'll drop stream between those, but if you want to come back, we're starting that up right at 9 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, we've got at 7 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Freaky Friday Variety Settings race. That is the weekly race where we don't play tournament settings, we play a lot of fun novelty settings that don't see enough love, and so that, if you've only watched the tournament races, that's seeing some more of what the randomizer has to offer. And later in the day, at 8:15 Eastern, we've got another Season 3 tournament match between Mochilla and Sea Falcon. Coming up on Saturday, we have a jam-packed day. At noon Eastern, we've got the Majora's Mask Rando weekly race. At 2 Eastern, we've got the Breath of the Wild Any Percent weekly race. Also at 2 Eastern, we've got Ocarina of Time Randomizer Season 3 Losers Bracket Round 1 match between Phoenix Feather and Kirox. At 3:30 Eastern, we've got the Minish Cap Any Percent weekly race. At 4 p.m. Eastern, we've got, we've got CS versus Precipua for the Wind Waker randomizer tournament going on.
Yay.
And at 6 Eastern, we've got the Ocarina of Time randomizer standard weekly. Big community race, everybody's welcome to join in. And at midnight, in the transition between Saturday and Sunday, we've got the Wind Waker randomizer Vex Crate versus Devster.
Oh, I'm excited. I already know how that's gonna end.
Coming up on Sunday, we've got at 9 a.m. we've got the Ocarina of Time randomizer standard weekly European race. This isn't only Europeans or only North American for those two races. It's just the time of day that the region is catering to, or the region that the time of day is catering to. I can words good. At 2 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly race. Also at 2 p.m. on Sunday, we've got Ocarina of Time Randomizer Multi-World Tournament. It's been on hold because Namaha lost both of his arms, but somehow managed to grow them back, and he's back in the tournament. We've got Richard the Dog versus Anime Was a Mistake in the winner's bracket semis. And wrapping things up on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Oracle of Seasons Randomizer weekly. So, oh my goodness, we've got a lot of races. We've got tons of randomizer, lots of vanilla. We've got races for ya.
It's a lot of content.
Yeah, I did not expect all of these.
Yeah, this is going to be spread over all 3 ZSRs. If you are only following Zelda speedruns, I would recommend also following Zelda Speedruns 2 and Zelda Speedruns _3. Somebody camped just plain 3 that we aren't affiliated with that. The official channel is Zelda Speedruns _3. And we are going to be using up all 3 channels this weekend because we have so many races going on.
That post-GDQ rush.
Oh yeah, we at least for one of the tournaments, we had a blackout period during GDQ, and so everybody is very happy to be able to start scheduling again, and doing so with reckless abandon.
I swear GDQ was insane, though.
If any of you watching are interested in volunteering to help commentate or track for the Wind Waker randomizer race or any of the other ones, check out the Discord.
Yep, just link that in the chat.
Yep, the ZSR Discord has invites to all of the other Discords. I know all of those Wind Waker randomizer races that Moss just mentioned do not have enough volunteers yet.
Yes, we are always looking for tracking volunteers and commentary volunteers. Trackers are the unsung heroes of all the randomizer races, and want to make sure that we appropriately thank today's trackers. Iboto2, who covers basically any randomizer that you see on ZSR. Chances are Ibot's been hanging out lurking in the background doing tracking. And we also have Jwist today, helping out, making sure that we've got everything marked. And Smash, your mic is picking up a lot of something.
Sorry. No clue what that is.
All good. Just noticing that it is your mic activating. Anyway, any final thoughts from commentary about these this interesting match today?
Gymnast, you were insane, and I loved it. I mean, I'm really excited to see the matches 2 and 3, depending on how match 2 goes. It goes for both of you, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like my execution wasn't like that great today, but
it was great. It was actually great. Not gonna lie.
I mean, the way you caught up so fast was like, wait a minute, wasn't he like back before bombs and he's already in Earth Temple?
You were so far away from Neefe. Like, you caught up. Like, the fact that the gap is only like 240 is like awesome.
Both runners today with just such different routes and such a close race. It's always really exciting to watch something like that. And I'm sorry, Neefe. I'm hoping Gymnast wins the next one so we can get a game 3. I want to see both of those.
Fair enough.
Nothing against you personally. I just want a game 3.
Okay, well, I think that basically covers it. Thank you very much to our runners. We would not have anything to restream without you guys running this race today, so thank you very much. Thank you for putting up with me being a few minutes behind. Apologies again for that. Thank you to the commentators and the trackers for giving us knowledge and insight as to what we are looking at for those of us who are less familiar with the ins and outs of the Wind Waker randomizer. And hopefully we will see y'all here in about 40 minutes for another tournament match in a different tournament, but we got more coming up for you later tonight.